right, so it is debut at 43, week 4. It's already a month in, and we are 114 days out from the competition. So, yeah, it's been an interesting couple of 4 weeks. Moving, wouldn't quite say as quickly as I would have liked it. We did have another week where things were a little bit on the slow side, so unfortunately, things had to change again from a food perspective and cardio perspective. We'll touch on the food now and go over that. And yeah, the cardio has definitely gone up. So we're doing now 40 minutes a day, every single day. So whether that's, first thing in the morning or um, after training, etc., it's, we getting that cardio in basically every single day. So 40 minutes, trying to keep my heart rate around about 120 beats per minute, and not very difficult, especially after you've done a weight training session. So yeah, it's just a lot of time being consumed right now, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges I'm facing um, with the whole process is getting enough time to fit everything in. And it is a challenge, and got to restructure a couple of things. Need to try and keep the family obligations in check and make sure that I'm not neglecting things there, and still wanting to perform to the best of my abilities in the gym, and you know on cardio and training and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's got a bit of a challenge, and it's got its thing that's going on, but we keep pushing forward, and we keep making adjustments as we need to, and take it one step at a time. So yes, as mentioned, it's one of the biggest things right now is just that the cardio's changed, and also food has dropped. Let's get into that, because that could potentially be interesting for some folks. We'll see. Where did it go? There you are. All right. So as you can see, it has dropped. So we started off at 2,918 calories at the beginning, went down to 2,800, and now we've had a much bigger drop to 2,500. And this is just on training days. On non-training days, we're looking at about 2,300. So around about 500 calories altogether. Protein stayed pretty high, so still just around about that 300 gram mark. Carbohydrates taking the biggest hit, 240, which is normal. Fats has also taken a bit of a hit, which is 47 grams. Water still needs to be around about 6 liters per day, which is also another challenge, I will be honest with you. It is something that I have to be very mindful of, making sure that I'm hitting that water intake every single day. Sorry about that. Making sure that I hit that, and I've got to be very conscious about hitting that water day in, day out. So one of those things that it does take a bit of discipline to get through. So when we look at the progress photos, this is what I looked like when you started. And this was last week. Like I said, a little bit more definition in the abs, a little bit more coming through. And then today, the lines are just getting a lot deeper. So things are looking a lot better in that perspective. So it's not accumulation of fat, it's actually getting more and more lean. So the bottom section is getting lean. Veins are starting to pop up at the bottom. Obliques are starting to come through. So things are changing. Again, not as quickly as we would have liked, but we did give ourselves a lot of time to do this prep. So if these sort of issues came about, we would be on top of it, and we'd have plenty of time to fix it up if needed, etc. So am I thrilled? No. Is it one of those things? Yes. And it's also, the other big thing is just learning my own body and just understanding how everything works from that perspective. So yeah, it's educational, it's frustrating, but it's good all around. So I'm enjoying the process as we tag along. So very, very good there. Did another round of posing. So last week we did posing, had coaching on posing on Friday with Jack, and we went through basically the very, very basic mandatory sort of stuff, just so I could get comfortable with the concept of actually posing, etc. So it was a little bit tricky, a little bit of a challenge, but it was all new things. And then today we did another round of posing, and things went a lot better. So that first round of posing, you've probably seen the YouTube shorts and some of the Instagram reels. I'll have the newer stuff up probably later today, but posing is really coming together quite nicely. So I'm actually, happy with how things have progressed. Jack had some very nice complimentary things to say about how the posing is going. So yeah, it's still learning. It's still learning how to dance basically with the footwork and um, the core, holding the core, when to breathe, how not to breathe. There's a lot that goes into it. And I mean, this is just men's physique where you only really have 2 mandatory poses, but you still got to do some other poses in between. So your transition poses. So that means when you're moving from one position to another position is your transition poses. So there's a lot to learn, a lot to pick up. But we're getting along there quite nicely. So I'm going to continue working with Jack. I like Jack. He did my photo shoot. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but he did the photo shoot for me. Very knowledgeable guy. Explains the concept very, very easily. Really awesome guy. So I'm really enjoying the posing. You'll see a lot of that. You'll see some of that footage coming through probably later today or tomorrow. But yeah, the posing's coming together. So things are working together quite nicely. And yeah, I'm just happy about that. Because that was one of the biggest things that I was worried about is the actual posing side of things. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. So yeah, that's pretty much from that perspective how things have been going. A lot of fatigue happening at the moment. So normally a lot of people complain about fatigue. I actually really like it because we had a big bump in weight yesterday and I started feeling fatigue yesterday. And to me, it's sort of an indicator that, things are working, that we're in the right place. So when you start feeling a little bit hungry or you're starting to feel that fatigue creeping in, it's actually turn it into a positive, don't turn it into a negative. Just, it is, something's happening. So the body's responding, we're putting strain on the body and it's having to do something. So for me, it's an indicator that, hey, look, things are moving in the right direction. If you're just comfortable, then you have to relook at everything and think to yourself, well, am I actually putting myself into a position or causing a stimulus for the body to actually decide, okay, I need to drop body fat, or I'm actually burning up body fat. So yeah, just turning those small things into positives, which is what I'm trying to do right now. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on was weekly, I have a group call with all of the guys that I coach, and then whoever can attend will attend. And we were discussing, a whole bunch of different things. And the one thing that came up was mindset. And I gave this story that happened to me during the week, where it was, I came home from the gym and my family had left, obviously going to school, etc. And my daughter had flapjacks. And she had left some of the flapjacks. Obviously, didn't eat all of it, but it was covered in Nutella and sugar and all the crazy things that you want to eat and enjoy. And it was my favorite sort of flapjacks, the pre-made ones already, but it was my favorite one. So just looking at it, I could really taste it and all that sort of stuff. So I thought to myself, what, it's just a small piece. I'm going to just eat it. But then as I was reaching for the plate, I told myself that, no, you're a bodybuilder now. Now, yes, I know I'm not actually a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders and men's physique, there's a bit of a clash there. A lot of people don't consider men's physique guys as bodybuilders, but anyway. But that's what came to my mind, that I'm a bodybuilder now. I can't have these sort of things in prep. And the moment I made that connection in my mind, it was easy to reject that, scrap of food and then just throw it away. And ever since I've had that moment of sort of identity change, because that's exactly what it was, it's made the prep a lot easier. I've taking everything that's happening with this whole prep and saying, well, I'm a bodybuilder now. This is what you have to go through. Not I will be a bodybuilder. I want to be a bodybuilder. I am a bodybuilder. And I think for many of my clients that might watch this, who might not watch this, or anybody who's watching this, you need to make that identity shift and get away from your old self that was dragging you down, who you're trying to change, whether that's losing weight or trying to put on muscle, etc. And tell yourself that you are the new version of yourself, or you are that objective version of yourself. So whatever the objective is, and push yourself and let that identity change happen. And the moment you can pull that switch, the moment that happens, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve becomes a lot easier. Now, I'm not going to say it is super easy here on out. No, the harder stuff is still coming. But building up onto that identity every single day is going to make a huge difference when it comes to your end results and getting to where you need to get. So it's just that identity switch that kicks in that you need to have happen to make sure that you continue pushing through the hard times, because the harder times are coming. And I'm well aware of that. And yeah, I just got to keep telling myself that I am a bodybuilder and this is what bodybuilders do. So we don't cheat on our meals, especially when we're in prep. We push hard. We get the steps in. We get our cardio in, no matter how difficult it is. And for me, I'm a bodybuilding dad. So I am, doing all the stuff I have to do from a bodybuilding perspective, but also from a father and husband's perspective. So I can't just negate or let go of everything because I'm a bodybuilder now, sort of thing. I'm still those. So I got to tell myself those two things and keep pushing forward. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because that was just something that came to me during the week, and it was quite a powerful moment because, we hear about this whole identity shift, but until you actually experience it, it's a different sort of world. And I just encourage you to, to ask God to help you in those sort of times when you need that identity change, or just embrace that identity change when it comes and don't fight it. Just accept it and move forward. Especially, if it's a negative sort of shift that, your old stuff starts coming through, just shut it down. Don't admit it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if you admit that you're your old self, so for example's sake, Fat Rob, you're going to go back that way. Just never, ever, ever confirm that. Never, ever, ever let that sit in. Never let that take hold. When that negative thought comes down, crush it. There's a book by Dr. Daniel Amen, and he talks about ants, which is automatic negative thoughts. And you just got to kill the ants. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. So when those automatic negative thoughts come in, I just crush them. And I bring in, I am the bodybuilding dad. Move on. Kill it, move on. I hope that helps. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope some of you guys are actually watching it. If you are watching it, please do me a favor and like the video, just so I know that guys are actually watching it, or leave a comment. It'll take you like a second, 2 seconds just to do these sort of things. Really would appreciate it. So I just know that guys and girls are actually watching it. And if you are looking for any coaching, etc., just DM me. Be more than happy to help you out and, help you with your transformations and getting you to your goals. All right, then. Thanks so much. Take care. God bless. And always remember to put your weights away.